little 60 piece. That's only the neck though.
Last night a bitch nigga shot a real nigga, but we don't make no diss records, we just deal with it. Plus I be going through a lot, I never talk about it, and they using nigga songs in court, so I can't talk about it. Rap niggas think I'm dumb, like I don't see the play. I let them think they got the ups, then get them out the way. On FaceTime, my brother telling me he shot my mama, telling me to chill, but I know he seen that nigga face. But that's enough about that part. Talking about respect, well it's a must about that part. Playing with my money, well then it's up about that part. Cause when it's time to play ball, don't give a fuck about that part. They know I'm that nigga when they see me. Her man crush been a hater and her little brother won't beat me. Her friend been on my dick since I was passing out CDs. Her baby daddy a mark and her boyfriend probably a weenie. 3,300 on my book bag. Let some niggas in the past, but I don't look back. Shit kinda different, I ain't the man that I was. I seen death in too many forms and I ain't never really shook that. Don't let them rock you to sleep, true colors better believe them. I know that God got me, but I be riding with my reaper. Praying with my kids and even then I got my heater. And I be stepping so hard, it's hoes in $1,000 sneakers. Take your bitch when I meet her and you ain't seen her in about 3 days. Knew I was a threat, I passed that stick like a relay. Spin it back to back, it's like a motherfucking replay. Turn your son into a bitch when I shoot, I think I'm D-Wade. Told him I'm a savage, if I want it, I'ma have it. Playing with my lettuce, cook your head like a cabbage. Tell them that I'm rich and I'm solid, that's the advantage. Bitch, bad kids, fresh little nigga, you can't stand it. Tell them big checks, yardsticks, not a ruler. All I smoke is ops and I don't never smoke a hookah. Looking for a blessing that's worth it, Jesus and Judas. Tell them niggas game 6, my whole team full of shooters. I slide on a nigga like a motherfucking flip-flop. Pressure on your homie and I promise he a flip-flop. Talking that wooty-woo, something. I know the police listen, so I ain't really saying nothing. I know these niggas envy, they can't manage how they feel. Jealousy's for bitches, you niggas pussy for real. A nigga get the drop and he happen to shoot. First we heal up and get back, we ain't going on the shirt, I swear to God, nigga.
That wooty-woo, something. I know the police listening, so I ain't saying nothing. Talking that wooty-woo, something. Nigga, cock back and aim and leave you bleeding where you running, swear to God, nigga.
What's the deal, y'all? Rich Rapper tapping in TNN Trap News Network, man. We back in the same, like cracking the same here at TNN Trap News Network. I am exhausted. I've been traveling. I've been doing what I gotta do, but we back, man. We in the turf, we in the land. It's not gonna be too many long whoop-de-bams and woo-wops and all that today. We're in this, all that, man. We finna jump into this good content. This good news to use. This good knowledge. You ain't finna get nobody's college, big dog. Tap in with that tap in to make sure you are, in fact, tapped in with that good tap in. You feel me? Hit that notification bell, hit that like, hit that comment, hit that good subscribe button for everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. Tap in with that tap in. You feel me? Get into that. You ain't got into that. Donald Trump just freed Larry Hoover. Y'all said it. D-Teezy just freezy Larry Heezy. We're gonna jump into this content, man. Let's get into it. Let's go.
Breaking news, President Donald Trump has commuted the federal sentence of Larry Hoover, founder of the Chicago street gang, the Gangster Disciples. Hoover has been serving multiple life sentences and in a maximum security prison in Colorado for the murder of a 19-year-old neighborhood drug dealer. He is also serving a 200-year sentence in Illinois, but it's not clear if he'll be moved back to Illinois to reserve what remains of that sentence. Hoover's son, Larry Hoover Jr., posted this photo on Instagram, a White House official holding the commutation with the president's signature. Much more on this breaking news story coming up at 5 and 6 o'clock.
Hey, that is an incredible thing, man. That is an incredible thing. That was an incredible thing because the plot against Larry Hoover was much bigger than him unaliving. Who cares? Local street Local street pharmacists get unalived every day, B. Local street pharmacists get unalived every day, B. Don't nobody care about that in the government. Not enough to give you a federal crime for it. Now, if you ever here preaching education and you teaching these dudes financial literacy and you're actually building a militia that could rival the U.S. government, oh yeah, they care about that. They care about that. You feel me? That's a lot to care about. That's a lot to check into. They're not going for that. So with that being said, Larry Hoover figured out a way to, make the best of his situation, make the best of his people, and they started stepping, they started stumping, and the government was, pretty much afraid of it, as they are with people our color, getting some type of power and, creating financial blah, blah, blah. He's getting grants from the government and all this kind of stuff to build community centers and all that. But overall, making sure that, I think it was the El Rukins at the time. I could be wrong, but, stop me if I'm wrong. But I think that was called the El Rukins at the time that went to, what they became now in Chicago, blah, 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 so forth and so on. He was getting that type of chili. He was building his own military, and he was teaching black excellence and black greatness. Yeah, his methods might have been a little bit extreme. Yeah, his 1-2 step like Sierra might have been a little but it don't change the fact that he was doing what he had to do for his situation, for his people, and for his community. So with that being said, it's an interesting situation, man. I got one more story for y'all, though. Let me see what they're talking about. Let's get back into it.
Muted Larry Hoover's sentence. He's been in prison since '73. He was convicted of a gang-related homicide in the early days of the Gangster Disciples, kidnapping and homicide of someone that had robbed a drug location that they had going on. And so he was serving his time in the state of Illinois, and then in 1995 or 4, Operation Headache, the feds raided Larry Hoover in his prison cell and gave him a federal case. They raided him in his state prison cell, gave him a federal case. He's been in the Florence ADX pretty much all that time, along with Jeff Fort, founder of the Black Pea Stones. But yeah, Larry Hoover's sentence has been commuted. Donald Trump has been on a commutation spree, which is different. A commutation is different from I think a pardon means commutation. Look up the difference between a commutation and a pardon. But either way, I'm sure he'll be out within a couple days, or who knows, he might be out tonight. I don't know. He's in Colorado. This is totally unexpected. People have been advocating.
Hey, man, and there you have it. They done freed the old man. They done put that man back on the streets. They used to say free the old man until it was backwards, and now the old man is free. That's a big thing for the Chicago dudes, man. Now it kind of makes you wonder, what is his plans when he comes out? You know, is he going into the neighborhood to preach education? Is he finna get back into the youth? Obviously, nobody's expecting this man to jump back into gangbanging. Nobody's expecting him to jump back into the streets and do any kind of fluke, flambery, skullduggery, or larceny, or anything that's going to, you know, put him back in a situation that he just overcame. And with God's grace, man, can you imagine being in the feds or being locked up since the 70s? 1970, 80, 90, 2000, 2010, 2020. It's 50 plus years. This man has been locked up. He is finally being allowed his liberation. That is an incredible thing. That is an incredible thing. Can you imagine? Can you imagine being locked up for 70 minutes, let alone 70 years? So with that being said, man, that's big love to the city of Chicago. I'm sure it's a lot to be celebrated. I'm sure it's a lot to be, you know, Jason Marshall, I see you, bro. I know you going up right now. I see you, bro. But man, big love to the family, man. Big love to the family. Big love to the family. Larry Hoover he's free. And like they said, they don't know if he'll be out today, he'll be out tomorrow, he might be out right now. But I would imagine that he's probably out right now if they put it into the media. He probably got out first, and then they put it in the media afterwards. That wouldn't make sense for him to be put into the media if he's not already out. So I would probably reckon and think that he's already out. But with that being said, man, that's a beautiful thing. A lot of love, a lot of respect to the family. And we're going to get up out of here to the next one. Y'all know the deal, though. It's free Avenue Angel, so he's free. Gone. Hey, we got to get Trump to pardon the homie. How we get on that? Somebody help me get on that, man. Somebody help me. We can get Trump to commute my cousin's sentence, to pardon my cousin. How we get Avenue? That'd be dope. Let's get on that, man. Free Avenue Angel until he's free. We gone.